Hey guys, you're welcome in my YouTube channel, English Chanakya. It's your teacher, guide and coach, Mr. S.N. Jha. Friends, we have a very special class today as we are doing one of a very important chapter of ICSE board class 9 and 10. It's a very important chapter of class 10 board ICSE. So, the name of the chapter is A Face in the Dark. The chapter is A Face in the Dark, written by Ruskin Bond. You might have heard the name of Ruskin Bond. Do you know who this Ruskin Bond was? Actually, Ruskin Bond was an Indian writer who later on spent his life in England. That means Ruskin Bond was an Indian author of British descent. Ruskin Bond is a very prolific writer. In the present story, Ruskin Bond has presented very beautifully an atmosphere of fear, surprise, suspense and mystery, creating in this story with the cost of, by the help of by the help of ghost. He has created an atmosphere of ghost. The story is set 3 kilometers far from Shimla Bazaar. Just 3 kilometers far from Shimla Bazaar. The protagonist of the story, the central character of the story, is Mr. Oliver. Mr. Oliver is a teacher. He teaches in a school. He lives in a school as well because he is a bachelor teacher. Mr. Oliver every day goes to Simla Bazaar just in the evening to stroll and waste time and have enjoyment. After the school he goes to Shimla Bazaar. Today he has gone to Shimla Bazaar and he has a habit of returning from the bazaar in the dark, in the evening. So he takes a torch with him. Though his torch is not running properly, it has a flickering light with a dim battery, but he takes it with him. Today, while returning from the Shimla Bazaar, Mr. Oliver had a habit of going through a shortcut through the pine forest. There was a shortcut route from Shimla Bazaar to Mr. Oliver's school through a pine forest. So Mr. Oliver was returning from Shimla Bazaar to his school through the shortcut of pine forest. When he was almost in the middle of the pine forest, he could hear, the sobbing of a boy. He felt as if a boy is weeping and sobbing in the darkness. He could not understand. He was surprised. He went to the direction from where the sound of sobbing was coming. When Mr. Oliver reached near the boy, that was of course a boy, a small boy, a school boy, was sitting in the darkness of the forest on a rock. He was holding his face in his hands this way. He was holding his face in this way in his hands and he was sobbing bitterly. Mr. Oliver asked him why he was weeping. The boy did not reply anything. Mr. Oliver repeatedly asked him why the boy was weeping. Then the boy shook his head from the face. As the boy turned his hands from his face, Mr. Oliver was almost going to faint and fall down on the ground to see that the boy had neither any eyes, nor nose, nor ears, nor mouth. What does it mean? The boy had nothing of this. That means the boy's face looked absolutely a smooth surface without eyes, nose, ears, and mouth. And boy had a cap on his face, on his head. When Mr. Oliver saw the boy, a faceless boy, he was so frightened and afraid that he felt as if he was going to die out of fear. So he fled from there to secure himself, to save himself. Okay? While running out of the forest, he bumped to a person. He knocked a person. This person had a lantern in his hand. This person was a watchman. The watchman asked Mr. Oliver why he was running so fastly, so speedily in the darkness. Mr. Oliver informed him about the boy he had just seen, that he saw a boy who had no eyes, no nose, no mouth, no ears. That was a faceless boy. After hearing his story, the watchman picked his lantern towards his face and asked Mr. Oliver whether the boy looked like his face. Actually, this watchman had also the same face like the boy. He had also no eyes, no nose, no mouth, no ears. His face also seemed as a smooth surface without a face. Now Mr. Oliver was going to faint out of fear. Suddenly, a gust of wind blew and the lamp was blown out. This is the end of the story, A Face in the Dark. Okay? But friends, I would like to appeal you, please subscribe this channel, English Chanakya, and fetch these videos, make these videos available to all the ICSE students. How can you do it? You can do it by sharing these videos to all the ICSE students so that the true feeling of making these videos can be achieved to help and provide assistance to all the students of ICSE board. So this is the end of this video. We will meet in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.